Hey guys, my name is Crazy M, and today we are going to take a look at the PP-2000 as the next part of a PDW guide. Now there's not too much to say about the bullet pattern since there are only 4 different combinations that you can choose, and the first one is just with extended mags, and there we see that the aiming down sights accuracy at close range is quite nice, but over longer distances it gets a little bit messy, especially after some die and the recoil really kicks in. The hipfire is not too bad, but you should always put the laser sight on there, making it really accurate on a hipfire, and you may believe it or not, it is as accurate as the MP7 or the M5K in the hipfire department, so don't be afraid to hipfire it. Now you could potentially put a suppressor on it, but what I don't like about it is that, again, like most the other two, you really limit yourself because you don't get the extended mags, and 21 bullets are far less. But it can do a bit of damage because it's got the higher damage model, but I don't really like it, though it is alright with a laser pointer. But what I don't like about it is really that the damage drop off really hinders you to do anything a little bit more longer range. Now let's talk about the gun a little bit more in comparison to the MP7 and the M5K. Now compared to the M5K, it's got the same damage model, but it has less fire rate. So this means that it is not as damaging as the M5K, but is overall more accurate and it has less recoil, so it's easier to control it. And compared to the MP7, it got the same accuracy pretty much, but it got less recoil, and because the MP7 has a less damage, lower damage, because the MP7 only does 20 damage up close, where the PP2K and the M5K do 25. It has the same time to kill, which you might not believe, but it is that way. Now, you might suffer a little bit in close quarters due to the lower fire rate, but over a little bit more long range, it's perfect. And what I really like to use this weapon for is back raging, because you got 41 rounds in your magazine, you have a lot of potential, and you really can control where your bullets go because of the low fire rate. You really can burst just and really keep control of your bullets, and you also see me do that in the clip, so if you can control that, it's really nice. Also, it does alright on longer ranges because it's got less recoil, it got less side to side recoil, which makes it more controllable, and so that's really a nice thing as well. So it does a little bit more enable you to play on more maps than the MP7 and the M5K, because I feel like if anything other than real close quarters, you're at a real disadvantage with those weapons. One more thing to say is that I normally would suggest you to use ammo with the PP2K, but in this case I found that if I use cover, it really helps me in close quarters situations. I won a lot more gunfights if I had the cover specialization. So keep that in mind, you might try it out if you find that you're losing a couple of gunfights in close quarters, and this might help you as well. So yeah guys, this is it for this time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I wish you a nice day, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.